In today's quick tip tutorial, we're going to take a look at the Arranger track. Now, before we get started, if you'd like to work directly with me one-on-one over Zoom with Studio Pro training or earlier versions of Studio One, you can check out the pinned comment below or description area of this video. Also, there's a link to buy me a coffee or two if you're finding these tutorials helpful and you'd like to show your support. I've now entered month 3 without payment from YouTube, so your consideration would be appreciated. Now, with that all out of the way, in one of our earlier quick tip tutorials, we took a look at the marker track. And one of the options that we had when we right click on a marker is to create a Arranger section from markers. So we're going to begin by taking a look at this option. So I'll go ahead and click on this. And then we can see that an Arranger track has been automatically added, and we now have these different sections that have been added based on our marker locations and names. Now, if you'd like to remove any of these markers, so at the very beginning here, I have a section for start, but there's not really anything going on here. So I can just click once to select that, and then I'll press delete on my QWERTY keyboard, and that's been removed. We can also right click on a section, and we have delete down below. Let's zoom back out again. If we would like to move a particular section, all of its contents contained below it will be moved with it. So if we were to say come to the drums intro section, I can left click hold and drag this. Let's come to the bridge area. You can see a vertical blue line. I hope that you can see that, indicating where this section is going to be placed or moved rather. So I'll go ahead and release with the left mouse, and we can see that our drums intro has been moved here. Let's Control Z to undo that action. And I'd just like to show that if we were to hold down Alt or Option on the Mac when we left click, hold, and drag, let's come to that same position in between our verse 1 and bridge. We can see that vertical blue line. I'll release with the left mouse. Now we can see that we've created a duplicate of this particular drums intro section. We'll again undo. Now, if I were to right click on this drums intro section, we can see that we have cut, copy. So I'll go ahead and choose copy, or you could do Control C. Let's position our playback cursor. Maybe we'll come to a different area before the outro. Click in the ruler to position our playback cursor where we'd like for that to be pasted. Now I can Control V to paste a copy of our drums intro. If we'd like to create space to record new material, let's left click, hold in the ruler and drag up to zoom out a bit. Then say for this outro section, I'd like to record some more parts here. I can just left click, hold, and pull this out. And then now we have some space that we've created for additional content. If we'd like to play back a particular section, we can just double click on its header. So if I come to verse 1, let's just double click on the header here. We can hear that that's going to start playing back. I'll press the space bar to stop. Or actually, let's double click on the bridge. Outro, drum intro, and now we'll press the spacebar to stop playback. And so that's just simply by double clicking, we're going to begin playback for that particular section that we click on. Now, if I were to hold Alt, again, Option on the Mac, when I double click, it's going to select all of the events and MIDI parts that are contained within this section. Let's go ahead and click outside of this selection to deselect those items. Now, if we were to right click on a particular section's header, we can double click here in the title to rename this. And we can also click on the color swatch to change its color. And then we have a variety of other different options here, copying to a new scratch pad. So if I go ahead and select this, then that section is going to be copied into a new scratch pad, which we've already taken a look at how to use the scratch pad. If you'd like more information on that, you can check out the little tip up above here, the flag there. Let's left click and hold in the ruler of this scratch pad, and then I can come to say the bridge or the outro. Let's do the outro. I can left click, hold, and then drag this over to our scratch pad just like so, and that's going to create a copy. So we can experiment or store these here if we'd like to experiment in the main arrangement, but then come back to these to pull them back over if we're not happy with the results of our experimentation. So let's right click again on a section header. We can see we have move to new scratch pad. This is just going to move it and it won't create a copy. We can delete the range, create markers, which we've already got here from the selections, cut, copy, delete, duplicate, and duplicate shared. Now to finish up, let's quickly hop over to another song that I have open, and we'll just take a look at how we can add the particular sections from scratch. So here we don't have any markers that we're starting out with, at least we're not showing them. We can come up to the global visibility button. Let's come down to the arranger section and we'll add that track. Now if I double click, a section is going to be added, and you'll notice that this has been added to the length of our loop region. But we can hover on either edge and just left click, hold, and drag to change its length. I can then come over to another empty area, double click here, adding a section. We can then extend this out to be whatever we like. And as we saw just a moment ago, we can right click on these, double click, and put in a new name or change its color. Okay, so this has been a look at using the Arranger track within Studio Pro 8. I hope it's been helpful, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.